liver and kidney problems, Alzheimer's, dementia, because at the end of the day, it's just simple. People are shocked when they learn, when I share with them, that the average person wakes up every morning. I don't care where you live, in the United States and in Asia and in Canada. I mean, you stretch, yawn, you get in your shower and you do your thing, right? You take a shower, use your personal care products. Well, the average person, before they leave the house in the morning, just by taking a shower, put 150 to 200 chemicals into their body, because the skin's the largest organ of the body, and anything you put on it enters your bloodstream in 26 seconds and all your internal organs in 8 minutes. So it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out, if you're putting chemicals into your body every single day that are linked to, again, like parabens, phenoxyethanols, butylene glycols, PEGs, I can go on and on. Chemicals, again, not linked to minor skin or eye irritation, but linked to causing cancer, Alzheimer's and dementia, reproductive problems in females, liver and kidney problems. I can go on and on. That good chance down the road, you're getting cancer, you're getting Alzheimer's. And what I share with people is, I'm 58 years old. I go, if you're old my age or in that bracket, I say, look back 30 years, think back 30 years. And if not, you can go online and do the research. All the numbers are there. But you look back 30 years ago and think of how many women you knew with breast cancer. And the answer is a lot of times none, or God, I think I knew one, because it was rare. If you look at the numbers, 30 years ago, breast cancer was very rare. Once in a while, a woman got breast cancer. Now, I don't know one family that doesn't have someone with breast cancer, a woman, and they're not in their 70s or 80s. They're in their 30s, 40s, and here's how that works just real quickly. When they remove the mass from a cancer patient and they study it under a microscope, 98% of the masses, so 98 out of 100 women with breast cancer, when they study the mass, they find parabens and phenoxyethanols in the masses. Now let me tell you about those two chemicals. They're in no food that you eat. They're in all your personal care products, okay? It's a cheap chemical they use to make the products because, to be quite honest, most of these products on the store shelves and salons cost them maybe $1 to $1.20 to make, and they're selling them for $15 to $30 at the cost of you and your loved one's health. So again, 98%. So as far as I'm concerned, you line up 100 women against the wall diagnosed with breast cancer today, pull out 2 of them. As far as I'm concerned, they got their breast cancer the old-fashioned way, back 30, 40 years ago. Genes, genetics, just bad luck, okay? The other 98, as far as I'm concerned, they got it from their personal care products. They found parabens and phenoxyethanols in the masses. They enter the bloodstream every day, and you pop out of the womb, they're slathering you in Johnson & Johnson. The minute you pop out of the womb, you're throwing parabens and phenoxyethanols in you. Now, as you're a child, in your teen years, your 20s, 30s, so for 30 years, you're putting these chemicals into the body. Those 2 chemicals, they like to mass up in fleshy areas when entered into the body. And what's more fleshy than the breast of a man or a woman? Because breast cancer is way up in men as well. And they mass up there and they turn into synthetic estrogen and they cause breast cancer, period. Done talking. You can read it online till you're blue in the face. I can send you a study that was done. Again, Asante Organics does no studies. We're just a solution to a horrific global problem, meaning it doesn't matter where you live in the world. Everyone takes a shower, uses deodorant, brushes their teeth with products that are truly poisonous as far as I'm concerned. Bottles of poison. Because our government in 1936, and this is the truth, some people say, Daniel, come on, our government won't allow these billion-dollar brands like Johnson & Johnson, L'Oreal, Pantene, even Paul Mitchell at the salon to use chemicals, linked to, cancer, liver and kidney problems. I go, time out. Your government in 1936, so think about this, 1936, quite a while ago, they granted self-regulation to the personal care industry. Nobody regulates your personal care products. Well, Daniel, the FDA. I go, time out. FDA regulates food and drug, and they do a terrible job at that, okay? But the bottom line is, I know it sounds crazy, but it's the truth, that nobody regulates your personal care products, because here's why. It's a multi-trillion-dollar a year industry. Okay, it's one of the largest industries in the world. So there's corruption in all governments and plenty in ours, and they turn their heads while they get their palms greased from these billion-dollar brands and allow parabens, phenoxyethanols, butylene glycols, very, very toxic chemicals linked to the worst mean cancer that kills into your personal care products. Again, I'm going to say it one more time. The skin's the largest organ in the body, and anything you put on it, from your shower gel, shampoo, conditioner, lotions, enters your bloodstream in 26 seconds and all your internal organs in 8 minutes.
Okay, just so you realize I am a retired nurse.
Oh, I love that part. I love that.
So I get what you're
Yes.
saying.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. I love that. So in a nutshell, you found a company here through your brother. He's a very nice gentleman, by the way. That makes those products that you and your loved ones use every single day 100% toxic-free, chemical-free, and certified organic. Truly, our ingredients are proven to nourish and heal the body when put into it on a daily basis, versus the chemicals other companies use that are sold at the store and salons that are linked to causing serious disease and illness. So, you are what you eat, and that's very important, to eat clean and try to do your best, and processed foods. And I mean, if it's in a bag, you go to a grocery store anymore and you walk down the aisles and it's boxes, your cereal, your bags of cookies, your Oreo, that's all processed. And you read the ingredients on the back of that, and just like if you read the ingredients on the back of your shampoo or conditioner or lotion you use, you can't even pronounce the ingredients. They're like 20 characters long, and
I'm trying to figure out why they're in there,
yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
So at the end of the day, people used to that wanted to use products that are good for them, like our products, and healthy products that they use every day, would have to go online and Google and get their shampoo at this website, and then they wanted deodorant or organic, certified organic deodorant, they have to go to this website. Toothpaste, go there. We're a one-stop shop. We have a full catalog of products that you and your loved ones use every single day, all under one roof, that you can order. Comes right to your door. I mean, what we do here is, we don't sell anything. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here to educate you and everyone I speak to about the products that they buy every single month already, and they use every single day on themselves and their family. And that's just that simple. So now there's a company out there that makes all the products that you use. And I'm talking from shower gel, shampoo, conditioner, lotion, toothpaste, deodorant. We got nutritional products, meal replacement shakes, all certified organic. We have nutritional products from probiotics, enzymes, just everything, all plant-based, no toxic chemicals. And at the end of the day, I always tell people it's as simple as A and B. A are all the products currently in your home, in your shower, on your counters, that you use every single day and your family uses, with hundreds of chemicals, not 20 or 30, hundreds, linked to serious disease and illness. And then here's B, Asante Organics, all the same products, 100% toxic free. So now you have two choices. You can use A, the products in your home with hundreds of chemicals linked to serious disease and illness, or B, Asante Organics with ingredients that are proven to nourish and heal the body when put in it. What do you want to use for you and your family? And I never had one person say, "Oh, Daniel, the ones with the chemicals linked to cancer, liver and kidney problems, Alzheimer's." No. So it's just that simple. It's just really about education. Right now, they say about 9% of the world's green, maybe max 10. So at every 100 people, 9 people truly live organically and don't put chemicals into their body that are linked to serious disease and illness. The only reason the other 90% is using toxic products that are linked to serious disease and illness isn't because they're stupid people. It's not because they're ignorant people. These are accountants, these are engineers, electricians, doctors, some of them, nurses, some of them. They just don't know that the products that they're using are toxic. They just think like this. Because they're on the store shelves, they believe they're safe because they trust our government. You're thinking, well, our government wouldn't allow this, right? But exactly. The fact of the matter is, it's all about greed and money at the cost of your loved one's health. They know what parabens are. They know what phenox. They know what these chemicals are. They know that they're linked to cancer. They know that they're linked to this serious disease and illness. But they get their palms greased by these billion-dollar brands. And who gets sick? You, me, our families. So that's why this company, we started this company back in 2009, is we recognize the horrific global problem. Doesn't matter where you live in the world. Doesn't matter if you make $10,000 a year or $10 million a year. 9 out of 10 people wake up every morning, they stretch, yawn, and they get in the shower and they do their thing. Ancillary products. Okay, a fancy word for saying products that people use every single day without thinking about it. What are those? Well, real simple. You get in the shower, you wash your body with your shower gel, you wash your hair, your shampoo, you use your conditioner, you get out, you dry off, you put your lotion on, you go to the sink, you moisturize your face, you put your deodorant on, you brush your teeth. Men go to work, women put their makeup on, another probably 180 to 125 toxic chemicals linked to the same thing as the ones I just explained. And
It's a good thing I don't wear makeup.
God bless you. That is a good thing, to be quite honest. We just came out, we started making makeup with our eyeliner, mascara. We got lip balms, we got lip glosses, colored ones. So we're working on the cosmetic line because very, very toxic. A lot of lead, just a lot of bad stuff in makeup.
Right.
But so it's really just that simple. It's we're here to educate, and along with it, we have a great business opportunity as well because our people that I call them organic influencers. Our people, they have their own website, and I say it like this: you own the first certified organic health wellness store in the world. Your website. I make the products for your business. I ship for your business, and I pay for your business. But it's your business, and I'm here to help you with your business. But a lot of people need help. A lot of people don't need any help, and they go out there and make a boatload of money because there's millions of people around. We're a global company, and there's millions of people around the world looking for these products. They just don't know where to find them. Like I said, they got to go online and Google and buy my shampoo here and get my laundry. We do laundry detergent. I mean, soap, dish soap, laundry soap, everything, all organic. And they got to go here to buy this one. Here's a one-stop superstore. All your products organic and toxic free. So, and then alkalizing. Do you know about alkalizing, being a nurse?
Yes.
Yeah. So we have one of the strongest alkalizing divisions in the world. So, I'm a big advocate of that, keeping the body alkaline because, real brief here, 1931, Dr. Otto Warburg, he won the Nobel Peace Prize, proving that no form of disease or illness can live in an alkaline environment. Not even a cancer cell. You remove the acidity and replace it with alkalinity and it dies. When you got acidity, and we're all very acidic. We have test strips here when I test people, and we're all very acidic by nature because of what the world we live in. And, cancer, the common cold, flu, viruses, they all live, breathe, thrive in acidity. You remove that acidity and replace it with alkalinity, and they can't live, they die. Even the cancer cell, it's like a fish out of water. Once it's alkaline inside the body, it's like, and it dies off. So I'm very passionate about alkalizing, and that'd be another probably phone call, but we got the strongest alkalizing division in the world with our greens. How do you alkalize? You take your greens, your omega oils, we have pH drops that you put in everything you drink because I don't care if it's bottled water. When I test it, it's acidic. Coffee, if you're having a beer, I don't care what you're drinking, everything is acidic. You just put 1 drop for every 2 ounces and it neutralizes that. So, we have very strong alkalizing division, nutritional division. And like I said, just everything you use every single day, from cleaning products, your personal care products, all chemical free and organic. So with that being said, I've been talking quite a bit. Do you have any questions that you might have for me?
I guess comparably, like shampoo or soap, how does that compare price-wise?
Good question. So let me answer that for you. Let's use shampoo as an example.
Yeah.
You can go to the grocery store or to the drugstore and buy a bottle of Pantene or L'Oreal for $10, $12 for a bottle, a month's supply. You can go so some people get their products from the grocery store or pharmacy, and some people get their products from the salon. The Paul Mitchell, the Nexus. Well, the Paul Mitchell.
I'm pretty basic. I
Okay.
swab for shampoo, conditioner, and Ghost for soap.
Okay. Well, that's not good. So I'm gonna help you with that part. So follow me here. So at the salon, you got the Paul Mitchell Nexus, for $30, $35, $32. You got the Suave, the Pantene at the grocery stores. So I call it the expensive garbage and the cheap garbage. The Paul Mitchell, why is it Paul Mitchell? Oh, I use Paul Mitchell. Why is Paul Mitchell so great? Because it's at the salon. You only get it at the salon. You know what? It's really good marketing is all it is. You give me a bottle of Paul Mitchell and you give me a bottle of the Suave and I'll flip it around and show you the same toxic chemicals, the same ingredients. You're paying for a cent and really good marketing because it's Paul Mitchell being sold at the salon, and it's just great marketing and the smell that people are buying, to be quite honest with you. So now watch. So you got it at the grocery store. Our 1 month supply for our shampoo is $18. So we're cheaper than if you buy it at salon. We're a few dollars more than if you buy it at the grocery store, but you can't put a price tag on your life. And it's just that simple. And I say, here's how I explain it to people. You might get a kick out of this. A lot of people do, but it makes good sense. To use our products will probably cost, our personal care products, let's say, because that's what you use every single day, might cost maybe $1 more a day, to use them, okay? So I tell people, so you keep using your toxic products and put a big jug by your shower, and every day when you take a shower, throw 4 quarters in there, $1. And you keep doing that.
I hear you.
And 4 or 5 years down the road, you come down with cancer because of parabens and phenoxyethanol that you've been putting in your body every time you take a shower. And you go cash in all your jugs of quarters and see if it's enough. First of all, hopefully it doesn't kill you because you can't put a price tag on your life. But now you need major surgery because you got cancer and you go into the hospital and you get a bill for $200,000-300,000. See if those jugs of quarters add up to $200,000-300,000 that are gonna just pay your doctor bill in the hospital. But now, yeah, right, your life, right? People die from cancer, but 94% of all cancers can be avoided through what we eat and what we put on our bodies. And that's a fact. That's a number you can go look up online. Yeah, because we're born very clean, but then by what we eat and put on into ourselves for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, we become very, very toxic, very acidic, and get very sick. And it's just that simple. Now that all can really be avoided, to be quite honest with you. So, that's where our price point is. We're not as expensive as stuff in the salons. We're a little more than the stuff in the stores, but not out of control. And we do our best to keep it as low as we possibly can. But here's the deal. A bottle of Suave or L'Oreal or Pantene at the store, less than $1 to make it with the packaging. And that's no joke, because I know the numbers. Now, I can't make a bottle of shampoo for $1. It costs me probably about $9, $10, because all certified organic ingredients. So, we're very competitively priced, and again, you can't put a price tag on your life because you are what you eat, like we've been taught our whole lives. And what I teach everybody all day is you are what you absorb. Whatever you put on your body gets into your system within 26 seconds, the blood, all your internal organs, 8 minutes. And again, no rocket scientist needed. If you're putting cancer-causing chemicals in your body every day for 20, 30, 40 years, good chance you're getting cancer. Now, the next big one is dementia and Alzheimer's. 30 years ago, when I was 28, I didn't know one old person with dementia or Alzheimer's. All my friends, grandmas and grandpas, my grandma and grandpas, all died in their 80s, some in their sleep, some heart attacks, just old age, not even much cancer, and nobody had dementia. Now, just like every single family I know has at least 1, if not 2 women with breast cancer, every single family I know almost has 1 or 2 older people in their family that have dementia or Alzheimer's. Now watch. There's more pores on your head than any place on your body. Now, when you take a shower, most people don't take a cold shower. They take a warm or hot shower. Now you open up those pores. You grab your bottle of shampoo with about 30 toxic chemicals linked to now studies you can read online, not one we did. We're just a solution to the problem that are linked to Alzheimer's and dementia. Why 30 years ago, hardly any people got Alzheimer's dementia. Now it's a huge, huge problem. Well, they link it back to your shampoo and conditioners and the chemicals that are in them.
Like they do now.
Mm-hmm. And so it's linked to right back to your shampoo and conditioners, because watch, you open up these pores in the shower, you take your shampoo, you pour it in there, you just don't pour it in, you scrub it in real good, this close to the brain, like a 1/8 of an inch from your brain, right? Gets in. Now you rinse that out. Now you grab your bottle of conditioner, another 20, 30 toxic chemicals. You scrub those in. Again, for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Look at our older generation now. See, 30, 40 years ago, there weren't the chemicals around in the products that there are today. And if you want to go back even farther, if you look at not our grandma and grandpas, but the generation before that, very healthy. very low cancer rates, low dementia rates and Alzheimer's. It almost didn't exist. But now it's all about profit and about making money, right? And so these Johnson & Johnson, L'Oreal, Pantene, these billion-dollar brands, have these chemists. And they make a bottle of shampoo, lotion, conditioner for under $1 with the fancy bottle and sell it to people all day long for 10, 12, 15 bucks in the grocery stores and pharmacies, and for $30 plus in salons, and making people sick, to be quite honest with you.
Right.
So, we're here to help in any way we can, whether it's
You have my attention.
Yeah, whether it's
It sounds like it'd be worth it.
yeah, it really is. I mean, you only have one life, right? And you only have one, I say one set of eyes, one set of ears, one brain, one heart, one liver, one kidney, and all sorts of cancers, not just breast cancer. And I can send you this study. It's done by the one I shared with you. 98% of breast cancer patients, when they remove the mass, they find parabens, phenoxyethanols in the masses. That was done by Skin Inc. magazine did that study, not recently. That's probably, I'd have to look at my emails. I got it in there. It's probably an 10-year-old study. And when they did this study 8 years ago, and same holds true for the Alzheimer's, dementia, the chemicals in there. Now you can read it all on the studies online, and not done by done by your own government. That's the craziest thing. Medical schools and hospitals. Yeah. So. Well, listen, it was a pleasure speaking with you. If you have anything you'd like to ask me, feel free. Yeah, feel free to ask. And otherwise,
you mentioned the catalog you could send my way.
Absolutely, we do.
Well, she should get one. What we're looking at doing, Barb, this is Rock. How you doing?
Hi.
What we've been sharing with her is that the best value that you guys got is in a $499 package that gives her $310 worth of free product.
Right.
And there's no better way to buy Asante than that, from what I've seen.
To get started, no, because you get a lot of bang for your buck.
And she'll get some catalogs that'll get sent to her from that.
Wait a second. What is a few $100?
I said the $499 package we expressed to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that $499 package is a starter package. And what it does is it gives you a lot of different products to experience.
You have almost $780 worth of product for $499.
Yeah.
It's a starter pack we do for people. And then once
You're talking $400 and some dollars.
$499.
$499, but you're getting like $700 and some dollars worth of product in that package. And that's a lot of stuff, though.
It's the fast way of switching or swapping where you shop. Because right now, you got a whole bunch of crap in your shelves, and you might have paid money for it. You got to ask yourself, am I serious enough about my health to throw every one of those things that I paid money for into the garbage can? Because to be honest with you, I've done it. I'm like, I remember with some products, I'm like, well, I'm going to use this up first. And then it just got to me. I'm sitting there every time I'm in the bathtub and I'm looking at that product and I'm like, I'm not going to use this up. I'm throwing this damn thing away. It was like I was battling with myself because I've always been really frugal. I've always been really tight with my money. And I just had to make a decision that I'm worth it,
Here's what caught my ear and why I threw all the stuff away and why I'm, you and I both, you had quadruple bypass?
Aortic iliac bypass.
Okay, so you've had heart troubles, you've had a ton of surgeries, a ton of health problems, right?
Right.
Okay. Mom died of cancer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and the most important thing after I almost died with my 7 surgeries, the most important thing was my health. Are you there?
I'm here.
No, are you there with your health?
Yeah. Bill, I'm real basic. I don't use a zillion products.
No,
these are all products that you use. That's what's in the package.
Here's the whole thing, Barb. Is they make it as basic as possible. So there's a 5.5 pounds of vegetables in one scoop, 5.5 pounds of fruit in one scoop. That's like all your fruits and vegetables in one scoop.
And it's only about 50 cents a scoop.
Yeah. So, when you're looking at $500 for the best of skin care and the best of nutrition, it's like, it's a no-brainer to me, especially after all the time and money and energy we spent killing ourselves with all the shit crap we've been putting on and in our bodies. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's, and these are owners of the company that said this. We just had another meeting, and he said, and this is what bowled me over. They said, we'll take anyone, put them on the phone, and we'll explain all of this to them, with you sitting right there. The first person I wanted was you, because I love you.
Thank you.
And doggone it, now you got him crying again, Barb. Now listen to me here, right? I've been through enough of these calls with your brother crying, and I want to tell you, I love you already, and I haven't even gotten to give you a hug yet. So here's the deal. You listen to me as a new friend in your life who loves your brother more than you'll ever know, and that is this. When you take what he just said about the reds and the greens, all right, that it's 5 pounds of the highest level of organic concentrated fruits and vegetables. If you went to Whole Foods, which they make a joke, they call it whole check. If you went there to buy your groceries at Whole Foods or Sprouts or any of these places, and you stuck the highest levels of greens and the highest levels of reds or fruits, in that in a day's supply, what I do is I basically take 20 pounds a day. All right? That's 50 cents a scoop. That's $2. You try to buy 20 pounds of fruits and vegetables at Whole Foods for $2, and I will give you the biggest trip of a lifetime. In fact, Daniel probably pay for it with me. We'll send you around the world in 80 days. I mean...
And here's the other thing that I want to express to you, because I know that you are an entrepreneur. This is about helping people with their health and their wealth.
She was a nurse. She wants to help people. That's what her mission in life is.
This is about you getting into a company where you can help yourself with your own health, transform your own health, but then transform other people's health and their pockets.
Yeah.
And their pockets. There's so much money to be made here, and I know we're talking about health, but there's a lot of money to be made. And where can you go and have the owners of a very, very, very successful company say, hey, we'll, and they would do the same for you, right?
Absolutely.
They would get you, anyone you would have, they would do the same spiel that they just said to you, to anyone you bring on board, to Patty, to anyone, and then help them. And so we're all a team just to help each other, educate them, and build their health and their businesses.
And they don't have to build a business if they don't want to. That's an option.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we got a lot of people that get involved with the company for a couple of reasons. One is they finally found a company, the first in the world, that makes everything they use every single day 100% toxic-free and certified organic. We got people that get involved not just for just business, because there's a huge market out there that are looking for these products and they don't know where to find them, and you have them with your superstore that we set you up with. So, we have a lot of people that just order their products. They don't need money. They're very wealthy. They've done well for themselves. They don't need any money, but they certainly want to use healthy products. But we offer two things, not only the product line, the first in the world, but a very lucrative business opportunity where you own your own business. You don't have to punch a clock. You can work from home part-time and make a full-time income, because it's not hard to do, because, again, we don't sell anything here at Sanity Organics. All we do is we educate people on the products they buy every month, they use every single day on them and their family, and once they know what we know, they're never using what's in their shower on their counters again. It's just a lack of education. Like I said earlier, only 9% of the world's green. The other 90%, the only reason they're not using these products is they don't know that the products they're using are full of chemicals linked to causing cancer, liver and kidney problems, Alzheimer's. I can go on and on. So it's just about educating people. You can not only live healthy yourself and do better for yourself health-wise, but you can also make a lot of money from the business standpoint. We offer two things, like I said, our product line to people, because some people don't, I'm not interested in business, Daniel. I've done well, I've got sitting on 2 million. I don't need money, but I certainly don't want to use toxic riddled products. I want to use certified organic products. But then I got people that want to use certified organic products and are looking either for a side hustle. I'm not saying quit your day job. This is something you can do part-time and make a full-time income. Or I have people that they do it full-time and they make 5 figures a month. 20,000, 40,000. I know them are large numbers to try to comprehend. I could even go bigger, but I'm just saying there's people that make a 5-figure income a month here because they do the business and they take it very seriously, and that's what they do for a living. Now, a lot of people don't. They just do it very part-time and make an extra grand a week. It's all what you want. If you want, you can make a $500 a week. You can make a grand a week. You can make 10 grand a week. It's just what you want. Everybody has different goals in life, and financial goals is what I mean by that, on how much they want to make. And at the end of the day, it boils down to this on the business end. You want to make a little bit of money, work your business a little bit. You want to make a lot of money, work your business a lot. It's just really that simple.
And the beauty of the concept in the way that we get paid is we have to help people to become successful. So I have to help your brother to be successful if I want to make money, right? He can be a customer and just be a customer if he wants to, but as well as I, he has got an excellent marketing resume, correct?
Yeah, he can sell ice to the frickin' Eskimos.
Right.
Oh.
So he's actually made the claims that I'm the best marketer that he's ever met in his life, which I take as a pretty big compliment coming from somebody who's as good as himself. Or as excellent as himself, so to speak. So that being said, him inviting you to be in business with him as a brother because he loves you so much, he's now invited you to be in business with me, who's also already in business with Daniel, who I introduced, the owner of this company, to all the owners actually, to your brother. So we're all working together, and the only way we prosper and all make more money is, guess what? We have to help Barb make more money. If we make your check bigger, then your brother's check gets bigger, then my check gets bigger, and then Asante overall as a company prospers more. So there's no game here. There's no way that you could ever lose. You got everything to gain, nothing to lose. And I'll tell you, if you really believe your brother's good, you should get in every business that he ever offers you from here forward, because the kinds of businesses that I do as a broker only are businesses where it's a win-win. If there's no win-win,
all who's all on the line, for bringing Bill into your lives, because this was a step he really needed, and he's taken off running and doing well.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Great.
We always say, we call ourselves the Asante family. We're all family here. We're all here to help one another. That's how you really grow and flourish in this business, is helping one another. It's like helping each other do well, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here to do. If you had someone, or when Bill has someone, or Rock has someone that's interested in the business, I say, give me a half hour, 20 minutes, a half hour with them, and I'd like to speak with them, because I'm very passionate about what we do here, because our government is killing people. Our government knows what phenoxyethanols, butylene glycols, PEGs. They know what these chemicals are. They know they're linked to cancer. They know they're linked to diseases, but they allow them because they got their heads turned while they're getting their palms greased, because it's the world we live in. It's about greed and money at the cost of you and your loved one's health. And that's why we started this company. Long story short, my brother created a weight loss diet energy lollipop in 2004, many years ago. We were a one-trick pony for many years, meaning just one product. But we sold 50 million of those power pops, they're called. They're weight loss energy pop, all natural. We took that money in 2009 to start Asante Organics, the first company in the world that makes everything you and your loved ones use every day 100% chemical-free and certified organic, because we recognize that horrific global problem. No matter where you live in the world, you take a shower, and before you leave the house, you put 150 to 200 chemicals in your body linked to serious disease and illness, the worst being cancer that kills. So, we're all about our mission. And again, some people are just customers. They're not interested in the business, but they're sure happy they found us because they got a one-stop shop and they can buy everything they use every day without any toxic chemicals. But we have one heck of a business opportunity where what the cool thing is, you're not punching a clock. You work from home, you make your own hours, you work it when you want to. And again, you can do this part-time and truly make a full-time income. So, that's there for you too as well. And I'm here to help in any way I can. If you ever get someone, if you get someone that's interested, you don't feel comfortable quite yet, you know what? I'm friends with the owners. I met them through my brother Bill. If you got 20 minutes, a half hour, I'd love to get you on the phone with Daniel. He's very down to earth. I don't think I'm any better than you or Bill or Rock. I blow my nose just like you. I put my underwear on just like you. I got where I am today through blessings from the Lord, a lot of hard work, a work ethic. And I always say this, you don't need a doctorate degree, you don't need a master's or bachelor's degree, because all you need is one thing here. If you want to make a lot of money, and that's a work ethic. I always say it like this: hustle beats talent every time when talent doesn't hustle. Meaning, give me a guy with a master's or doctorate degree that's lazy, or give me a guy with just a high school diploma that has a hard work ethic. I'll take the guy with the high school diploma because I'll make him truly a millionaire with that hard work ethic versus this guy with a fancy degree that's lazy. So it's just about, and again, don't think you have to go start a full-time job with this business and be working 40, 50 hours. You don't. You can work this very part-time and still make some very good extra money. And like I said, I have people that do this just very part-time and make, 800, 900, $1,000 a week. And I have people that do it full-time and make 10 grand a week. So it's just what you want out of, like everybody's got their own financial goals as far as the business end of Asante Organics. The first part is the health benefits of Asante Organics, and the first company that makes everything without the chemicals. But there is a very strong business side to it too.
Yeah.
So that's why the $4.99 package is what I brought up, because that buys you into the business. You don't, just by buying a few products, you don't actually get the business package with it. So that's why the $4.99 is kind of a no-brainer. It gives a quick swap shop on your groceries and positions you to be able to really try everything and start using everything. And then once you're in, then you can reorder and you can,
Yeah, so you get your own website with your name on it, which would be your business website. But we have what you call a back office where you log into and you can buy all the products at wholesale instead of retail. So if you get involved, you'll get your own website, which is your business center, and where you would send people to shop if you shared it with people. And so every time they bought something, if they bought something on your website, you make 30% on average. So if someone bought $100 worth of product, you'd make $30 on that, commission wise. And then there's other ways we pay too as well, which we can get into, and Bill can share with you. But we have a very powerful compensation plan, the most powerful truly in the world, in our industry, and I mean that. I'm not just saying that. Nobody pays like our company pays in our industry.
Yeah, and I've been involved with this industry since '89, and what he's telling you is true. I've looked at a lot of compensation agreements. These guys are more than fair. It's over the top, generous in the way that they compensate us. So we don't have greedy owners here, and that's why we're sitting in the office with them, is because they really do care about people. They want to help people.
From Wisconsin.
Nice touch.
That was the extra bonus. They were smart enough to leave Wisconsin like I was.
I definitely agree.
Well, it's really nice speaking to you. And if you have any questions, Bill can give your office number. My extension is 103. I set Tuesdays and Thursdays aside just for the field to work directly with them, like I am with Bill and Rock today, speaking with you. And I'm here to help in any way, with whether it's the business, whether it's your health, and you have a certain health issue. Yeah, absolutely.
And I will be, like I said, I've been kind of down after the surgery, but
Of course.
I've got some paperwork I guess I need to read.
Yeah, I'm sure Bill will spend a little more time with you. But again, I'm here. If you have any questions, not just business, your health. You can tell me issues you have going on, and I can tell you things you can take that we make here. I mean, we work with a lot of cancer patients. We work with diabetics. We work with all sorts of people with all different health issues, and we got products that have been life changing for them. So we're here to help with your health first and foremost.
And I hate vegetables.
Well, if you hate vegetables, that's great. Then all you got to do is take a scoop of those greens and you get 5 pounds of them.
Or
I can't have it.
now listen.
The vitamin K will knock out my med.
Okay, well, there's things you can take without vitamin K. And here's the thing: if you don't like the, he's talking about the greens, and then we have the super reds, which are all your fruits. Because different nutrition comes from greens like kale, broccoli, asparagus. Then does your cherries, cranberries, strawberries, raspberries, all different nutrition which the body needs. But here's the cool thing: with our greens, it's a powder and you can mix it and drink it or put it in a shake. I don't like the taste of them. We make it in capsules as well. So 3 capsules has the same nutritional value as 1 scoop of our greens, 5.5 pounds of fresh, raw, organic vegetables.
Yeah, but that's still going to have the vitamin. It's going to have the vitamin K.
I'd have to check on that. I know we make D3 and we make some products with vitamin K, but I'd have to look into the greens to see if there's vitamin K in there. I couldn't.
What is your medical doctor telling you that's wrong with vitamin K?
Goes against cumulative.
I have a factor 5 problem.
Okay.
My clotting system.
Yep.
And I've been dealing with it since I was 35.
Okay.
Let me look into our reds and our greens to see if it has K in it for you, and I'd be happy to do that and get back to Bill.
Even besides that, I mean, this is all very intriguing. Because I guess the naughty part of my nursing never really got involved in dietary because my dietary sucks.
Yeah, and that's huge. I mean, that's not good, to be honest. Just being honest, you are what you eat, and you are what you absorb. So, forget about what we shared earlier with the personal care, but your nutrition, whatever you eat, you should try to eat as much, vegetables, fruits, non-processed foods. Processed foods are killing people.
I enjoy fruits, so.
Yeah, fruits are good, and you know what? A lot of red meat's not good either, and I like a good burger and steak here and there, and I'll have 1 or 2 a month. But I
had to throw the damn hamburger out.
Oh, you did. Good for you.
Well, you know what here's what I always tell people this: eat all you want, all the chicken you want, turkey, fish. You don't have to starve yourself. You don't have to be a vegan and be like a little rabbit. You can eat all you want, all the fruits, any vegetables, as much as you want, chicken, fish, turkey. Just red meat, a lot of red meat is just bad for you. And the studies are out there to prove it. Again, you can read the research online and see what I'm telling you is true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, again, it was a pleasure meeting you, and look forward to working with you.
I appreciate your time. Thank you.
It's my pleasure, dear.
All right. Great to hear from you again. We'll be talking soon.
I love you, Barb.
You guys have a great day.
All right, bye, Barb.